So, the F126 season pack. Oh, sorry, I can't call it that. It's just a mouthful. Why can't it? Why is it not just DLC? Because that's what it is. It's a DLC, basically. I think I'll just call it DLC for now on. Anyway, it is coming the 3rd of June. This was leaked on Monday. It's on the Steam page as well for the same console as F125. So the current. I'll call them current gen consoles because I've rumours that next generation is coming soon. Now, interestingly, it's only available as wish list. I do have a pricing, which is RRP pricing though, so which is a bit interesting. I'll come back to that because there's another article on that you may not have seen. Again, I'll leave links to these two articles plus where you can watch the trailer in the description below. You can wish this season pack and the season edition. I'll come back between I'll show you the difference below. This trailer, there's not really much in it. We are getting Madrid, which is, I think, a good thing, but there are limitations to Madrid, which I'll come back to in the small print as well. We're also getting the cars that basically just showcases the cars, the new cars and liveries. Now, the 26 season cars is a major update. As well. Are we going to get a bug fix to fix stuff like the AI and all of that stuff, that real problems that with F125? My thinking is no. The AI will have some training, but I think they're going to be the same. Obviously, to adapt themselves, but I think they're going to be the same, similar AI. So, the difference between the season edition and the season pack. The edition is for those people who have not bought the base game yet. So, this means that... This means that if you want to buy just F125... after the 3rd of June, you can't. You have to purchase it with the season edition as well. I don't know what this is. Their lines of promotions really, which is not that great. It's like promoting F1 2015. There is one thing though that you do need to watch in this bit of small print. That's not the small print down at the bottom. F2 26 is coming. Again, it'd be nice with F2 that when the game launches, or when the season pack launches, that F2 is there at launch. But that's not going to be. There's a bit more issues with that. It also uses the word Ultimate Racing Experience. I've not even played it yet, but I will be able to tell you now, with my crystal ball knowledge, that it is not the ultimate racing experience. So yes, as you load into the 2026 season, you'll immediately notice the additions to the grid, being Cadillac and Audi as well. I was saying that it's just one addition really. Audi, of course, just there. And again, in this screenshot, which I think I've used for the thumbnail, it doesn't quite look the right shade of silver. I don't know what it's the paint finish. I don't know what quite, but it doesn't quite look right to me in that shot, the Audi. But yes. So obviously driver lineups have changed as well as all of that. So that's expected. The big thing is how the cars are going to feel. You'll be driving it's somewhat lighter. So are they actually going to be lighter though? Because obviously there's that thing where, if they could put it in the actual programming of the car, hopefully they've taken the weight off. Smaller, they're not that much smaller, more responsive. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah. Is that just the general tweaks that they've made to the handling to make it more responsive compared to F125's cars or not? This is the big problem for me. Active aerodynamics. You can adjust your front and rear wings as you race, which is good and bad. It does add that extra realism, but I think for a casual player and for players not on wheel players like myself who are on a pad, this could be a problem. Yes, I want to be able to adjust things, but I don't want to be having to press 15 different buttons at once, because that's just not that's not great. The battery's also been overhauled, because you've got, this is the battery championship apparently. Yes, so overtake mode, you experience significant power boost. Whether or not it's just going to be the same thing, you just have the button, I don't know. The most concerning thing of all of this, some final car models will be released in a post-launch update. Yeah. So not only this is not finished. It's not even finished. They've not finished all the car models yet. And that's a problem, because it brings to me, this is concerning, because if the car models are not finished, what else is not finished? We know that EA and Codemasters like to cut corners when it comes to QA testing. They've never tested long-term deep career mode past the second. There's been loads of bugs. They'd only load into a career mode season in the first season. They don't actually go past season 2 at the they might probably load like one race in season 2 and be done with it. They don't actually race into season 6 and 7, which is why we get the issues in driver and my team career mode as well. So that is a concern for me. We've also got Madrid, so I don't know why they've decided to put this short. This is, the different weather modes. So this is sun, partly cloudy, overcast, light rain, heavy rain. Yes. Madrid is only available to drive with the 2026 cars. And they give the reason as this track was designed specifically for the new season. What a bollocks excuse that is. This is laziness. Because the fact of the matter is, I imagine they didn't want to train the F125 AI to drive Madrid. And I imagine that it will be the same with Imola. It doesn't say here, but I'm going to speculate this now, that you will not be able to drive the 2026 cars around Imola because they can't be bothered to train the AI. I could be wrong, and I hope I am wrong, but that's what this is gives it to me. Yeah. The next thing, obviously, we'll find out is on 26th of May, where we'll have a gameplay deep dive as well. This poster, by the way, is a very poorly designed advert for F1 the 26th season pack. It's trying to advertise more things. Oh, look, we've got more things. In actual fact, the 3 of these things are the same. And then you just got Madrid. It should just be 2 things, not 4. There's a whole load of small print here, which, apart from the F2 stuff, you'll be able to see on screen now. So, obviously, it requires F125, which I don't know why it's got the sold separately, because it could be sold with it, if that makes sense. I'll come back to that in a moment. Madrid, as I said, going to be driven with 26 cars. I think that's there. Some final comment. And then it gets to this bit. Custom team and career mode saves from 25 season do not transfer to the 26 season. So if you're in a career mode save right now, you can't transfer, which I was guessing is going to happen. I did see someone suggest that season 1 should be 25 season, then from season 2 onwards should be the 26 cars, like you have with Breaking Point, having that 2 season different of cars. I think that would be very good. They've chosen to take the cheap option on here, and it gets even cheaper because Connor Sport or APX can't be added to 26 season of driver career on my team. Now my team used to come the 12th team, so I do wonder they've done that because they can't be bothered to code 13th team on the grid, even though the regulations, when they in 2010 there were supposed to be 13 teams, but USF1 went bankrupt basically, so we only ended up with 12. That would be a full grid of 26 cars on the grid. Sadly, that's not going to happen. Then obviously in driver career mode, where you could have that 12 team when it's possible, I think they've just been lazy and decided, well, we're not going to bother creating a livery for those two teams, because obviously they got the FM car for the 26 content. Yes. But I'm going to go to their press release, which actually has got more details than that as well. So obviously, blah blah blah. This bit already does that. So this is when things become, without more responsive, whether you're using a gamepad or a wheel. So this bit gives me hope that they haven't forgotten about us pad users. Additionally, the all-new overtake mode creates extra strategic option drivers orbity with new assist options available to players for closer racing, a tactical action-packed experience. So that is interesting. What assist options they are, we'll probably find out on Tuesday. We've got Madrid as well, which is coming, obviously the racing in September. It'll be August next year, I believe. We've got a quote from Lee Mather, let's just say we don't get on. Well, I've never got on with Codemasters anyway, but it's the beginning of a bold new era for F1. Well, they're changing half it at 27. Blah de blah de blah. We're thrilled to bring these changes, playing for the incredible opportunity to race virtually on the Madrid circuit before the race. As well. And then there's a quote from Hamilton, because he's still the cover star, and he actually leaked the cover art for it as well. Now, the bit that I think you will all be interested in, the pricing. So, although you can only wish list at this moment, and this is suggested retail price, which I don't understand why it's suggested and not actual, but it's $21.99, and then the season edition, which I presume will come out at a later date on the 3rd of June, is $44.99. Now, a lot of you, I think, if I remember rightly, did go for the middle ground. When there was a poll many years ago, last year, a load of you did vote for, majority did vote for 20 quid, so this is around that figure. So yeah, obviously with Madrid 2, so hopefully they did watch that video and take that on board in terms of the suggested retail price. Why it's not available to purchase yet, I do not know. The fact it's 2 weeks out and it's not available to purchase is a bit weird in my opinion. But what does this actually do, in terms of the game, I think it's gonna flop, personally speaking. You've got Forza Horizon 6 right out now. I think there'll be some interest, don't get me wrong, because it's the new era. But the fact of the matter is, I'm not entirely sure that this is going to rejuvenate the game, because the game, I feel, has been a little bit dead. A load of creators and esports drivers are playing other games to get their more realistic fix of F1 right now. So that is not great. And I've always maintained the fact that F1 Arcade doesn't use the official F1 game is always just a sign that, the fact they don't use the official F1 game in their arcades just shows that they don't believe that the F1 game is that realistic for them and what they want to do. And it's an arcade, So, yes. I personally think this is the wrong game to be doing this. I said this before, and I'm going to say it again. It's the wrong game to do in it. Driver career mode is in the worst state it's ever been. The driver transfers are awful. The R&D is rubbish. You know, you're never going to see an ultimate upgrade. Excuse me. You know, drive transfers, the racing as well. I think that applies with the AI. They're just awful. The traction out the slow speed corners, the fact that the drive transfers, driver retirements don't really seem to be a thing, especially in driver career mode. In my team, they seem to be gone to the other extreme, where certain drivers just don't get picked up. They just get dropped off the grid. You know, which is very unrealistic, and you end up with a load of F2 drivers on the grid, F2 and F3 drivers instead of the actual drivers. And in able to make that realistic, you have to use mods in terms of manually doing the driver transfers to increase that realism, because you know, even my driver career mode, for example, Max Verstappen, he's still there. He's still available as a free agent. You know, even though he retired at the end of left at the end of season 1, he's still available as a free agent. He's not retired. You know, no one has actually retired. Fernando Alonso still racing age 50 in my career mode. You know, so yes. As I said, I don't believe this is going to do that great in terms of ratings. I think everyone is waiting for F127. F127 is basically do or die, I think, for EA and Codemasters. F1 2017 has to be F1 27 has to be the best F1 game that's ever been, in my opinion. But yeah, I'll be coming back with that, with some driver, F1 27 game idea videos later in the year, possibly August, September time. But yes, that's where I'm going to leave it today's video. I hope you have enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. I would just like to say a huge thank you for you spending your time watching me and going through this 2026 season pack. Until the next video then, I'll see you next time. Take care. Thanks so much for watching. Enjoy your day, and goodbye.